Hello and welcome to CEO.CA. My name is James Batham, and today I'm joined by Marcel Robillard, President and CEO of Puma Exploration. Welcome to the show, Marcel.
Thank you very much, James. Hopefully I can tell you James, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get right into it. For our viewers who maybe are not aware of the Puma Exploration story, can you give us the quick elevator pitch? What are the key facts people should know?
Yes, for sure. So Puma Exploration, we're a small junior company, an explorer in Atlantic Canada. So our play, the flagship, is the William Brook Gold Project. And so far, we have acquired a play in 2019, and we have made major gold discovery right from surface. So what we call our discovery hole was 5 grams over 50 meters right from surface in one of the best jurisdiction, which is New Brunswick. So our head office is in Rimouski, 3-hour drive away from the site. And what we propose is a very low-cost exploration, strategy with very high-grade gold zone at surface. This is Puma.
Fantastic. Well, lots to be excited about there with your low-cost exploration and high grades. Can you walk us through some of the history of the work done at the project? What previous exploration work has been done and what targets have been identified?
Yes, for sure. So what I'm more proud of is my technical team, because the William Brook plays were just started with one grab sample in a cliff, which was very high grade, was about 50 grams gold. But since then, this is a brand new discovery, all from, trenching, mapping, like the whole days of having a real team, prospector, geologist on site to discover new stuff. Why we have been moving into the gold side in New Brunswick, because, all the major gold rush and gold discovery in Newfoundland that has been done since 2019. I'm talking about Newfound Gold, Marathon Gold, which has been bought by Calibre, major gold project into Newfoundland. But we have the same rock, same age, same Appalachian rock with probably a model for orogenic gold system. So we've been acquiring the play in 2019. The area was held by a different prospector. So we did different option deal. And 2020, we did the first work program on it. And then we discovered what we call now the Lynx Gold Zone. So it's early stage though, even if we found very high grade the gold intercept in drilling, we haven't only worked about 3 years so far. So 2020, 21, 22, and 2023 we did last year was the drilling program we just finished in December. So only 16,000 meters of program, but so far we have discovered different cat zone. You're going to understand why cat zone. We're Puma Exploration. We found the Lynx Gold Zone, the Tiger Gold Zone, the Cheetah, Jaguar, Cougar. So far we have found multiple potential deposit, from which the Lynx Gold Zone is the more advanced, where we have drilled from surface to 200 meters. We have already started recovery tests, metallurgy, and we try to de-risk it. And this play is about only 1 kilometer away from the paved road. So 12 months a year, access for drilling. We use the summertime to do more stripping and mapping because we can see the rock. We can drill the winter time. And we're about only 25 kilometers away from the town. So when I'm saying low-cost exploration, our budget is about $200 a meter for everything included, food, geologists. So it's not remote. So we can do a lot with, let's say, $1 million in our treasury compared to some others that they are remote area. So far, Lynx Gold Zone is the more advanced. Over a 40,000 hectares land package. So it's a huge land package and many different deposits on it. First 3 years was to select the best one to be working according to what we found, because we might have something better somewhere else in the property. But from the work done, we have been confirming the Lynx Gold trend, which is about 4 kilometers, will be the first priority. And that's the reason why this year we start to drill the extent Tiger Zone, which is 350 meters away from the Lynx, and it goes on for 4 kilometers.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that overview. And You're again really hammering home the importance of that low-cost exploration and the advantages that operating in Atlantic Canada offer you. So let's talk about that Tiger Zone that you mentioned. Right now, you announced that you completed the first 800 meters of a 2,000-meter campaign. Can you walk us through what you're seeing with these preliminary holes?
Yes, exactly. So just to go back, we know pretty well the length goal zone. We have 16,000 meters. So we understood the relationship between the goal, where it is. It's all in quartz vein, quartz injection, at the contact between two rocks. At the beginning, we thought that the rock, the rhyolite, some gold in it, but the reality of it, it's really a different rock type. Rhyolite, which is pretty hard rock, compared to a softer rock, which is sediment. So the difference, hardness between those two rocks made a really nice plumbing potential system where the gold fluids come through. So what we have to find now is a contact between two different rock types. This time is rhyolite and the sediment. But if we go further along the Tiger Zone, which is 400 meters away from the last drilling at length, is mostly a gabbro. So gabbro, almost the same type of rock, so hard rock, but it's more mafic than the rhyolite, which is felsic. But where we drill, we found the same quartz vein, the same alteration, the same kind of thickness in the quartz mineralization. But before drilling, as I said, our strategy is low-cost exploration. We do stripping and trenching. So going back in 2001, 2022 and 23, we did what we call the early stage work is mapping. When we find a block, assay the block, then we bring a trenching machine, which is an excavator, we trench, and if there's gold there, we do a little bit bigger, which is stripping, and then we drill. So what we are now is at the final step to get the first hole into the Tiger Zone by drilling. But previously, we already knew the quartz vein was there at surface. We had some gold in those quartz veins. The only thing was missing is the 3-dimension going at depth. So the first few holes was only to test that favorable corridor. For sure, we want as much gold as possible, but the objective in the goal is to make sure that 4 kilometers strike length is open and we see the same rock in it. So basically what we have said this morning to the market on news release is we have drilled about 800 meters. It's roughly within, let's say, 10 holes, and every hole we hit at the contact between the gabbro and the sediment, quartz vein. There's some VG in one hole. The rest is the same alteration, which tell us that it's potentially the same system. And those orogenic gold system, they can go down to a few kilometers as much as you can go for kilometers at surface. So just an example, Newfoundland, Newfound Gold, they have that over 10 kilometers. With the work done, we're proving up that it's over from the length to the end of Tiger. But finding those great zone into the Tiger, what we have done, we have extend the program to extend the Tiger Zone up to the Cheetah, which is about another 2 kilometers. So after that early stage program, we're going to have tested just by a few holes though, because sometimes there's about 400 meters step out between the holes, because what we want to show is within 3 kilometers, we have the same bit. And so far, so good. We're going to see within the next week or so what Cheetah and the other zone show. But so far, we're pretty happy because that drilling at Tiger, we're just currently doing, they double up the size of the length. So length was 750. We had another 750. Drilling at length goes down to 200. So there's no reason that at Tiger, it's 200 meters vertical, but we won't drill it up to the time we understand. So basically, we're going to get the assays back from the drilling. It's going to be 30 to 45 days. We're going to see what it is along strike. And I can tell you that now we're going to do all the work, like additional mag survey, everything else to identify within that 4 kilometers where are similar high-grade gold as lengths.
Yeah, really interesting hearing all the goals of those programs and connecting some of these zones into a larger system.
Yes.
You mentioned those time, the 5 to 45 days. Is that from today or is that from the completion of the program? And if it's from completion of the program, when do you expect that?
Oh, no. It's about, the first hole. Basically, just to explain a little bit to the investor, the work that we're doing. Let's say that when I'm announcing, we drill. We start a drilling program. Then we bring the drill on site. Sometimes it takes 1 or 2 days to get the drill at the right spot because, you have to move, put the water line. Roughly, our drilling company drill about 80 meters a day. So roughly 24-hour shift, they do 80 meters a day. So they have about, drilling a little bit, roughly 10 to 15 days. We start in March. As soon as the core is back from the drill machine, there's a geologist. They do a short log. Short log is just get the big unit to make sure we drill the rest accordingly. Then we bring that to the core shed and the core shack at the town of San Quentin. Then it takes another 1 day or 2 days to do the final log. And basically the technical guy, the technician, they can do about 20 samples a day. So it takes about 4 days to sample 4 to 5 days to sample 100 meters old. And then you have to send that to the lab. It takes another 3 days. So from the time the drill is on site and the bag leaves the core shack, it's about 2 weeks. So after that 2 weeks, it's 3 weeks there. But that has been said, there's already 2 holes at the lab right now. So 30 days should be the first hole in, but for sure we won't never release 1 hole at a time. We want to wait to have few holes in hand to make sure we understand better, what it is, the program. So basically, it's always, James, every time you ask me a question, just figure out about 20 minutes longer answer than you thought. So, don't worry about that.
Yeah, I think, lengthy timelines for getting results are certainly commonplace in the industry, but I think you've given us a really good overview of your process there and how you're operating in the region. Looking beyond this 2,000-meter campaign, what else is in store for Puma for the rest of 2024? You mentioned you'd be doing some follow-up work based on the results of this program.
Basically, we are finalizing within probably 2-3 weeks. At the end of April, we should have done the spring drilling program. So that will be behind us. The geologist will take the time to log, to get the assays, to get all the data within it. At the same time, we're going to have a team on site doing more stripping and more trenching. The stripping and the trenching will be done over that 4 kilometers on the area drill where we got some really nice quartz vein. So probably, I would say June, July, August, we're going to take those time to do field work, mapping, tripping, trenching. At the same time, we are planning to do a drone mag survey, very, very detailed, because we have a VTEM, which is an airborne mag survey, but the line was every 100 meters and the reading every 50 meters. Now the line will be a third of it, 37 meters, and about 10 meters reading at really shallow depth. So that should tell us what is the structural control, which is the major feature of the gold mineralization is the control. Contrast between 2 rocks, it's very easy. If you have a gabbro and sediment, you're going to see a big, big mark between those. So we'll be able to follow that in light with the drilling. So for mag survey, we're going to do also a new 3D interpret of the new holes drilled back in 2023 at the Lanks Gold Zone. And to de-risk the Lanks Gold Zone itself, because we have more information, we already have started a metallurgical test on it. So we hope that those tests will come similar to what we got into the initial test, gravity every, probably 80% gravity recovery, just by gravity. So we de-risk Lanks. During the same time, we finalize the drilling, stripping, mapping, and further across, market will react to be able to drill 25 to 50,000 meters in the fall. This is the goal because, we have tested 3 kilometers with 1,000 meters of drilling. So for sure, it's really low cost. It's only about $200,000. but we would need 25,000 meters if you really want to do a real job over it. So basically, we do all the work during the summertime to be able to launch what has been planned since the last 3 years, 25 to 50,000 meters by the end of 2026.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you for that summary. I mean, it's certainly an incredibly ambitious program and one that I think could certainly yield a lot of results. But let's talk about that. So you mentioned that good market reaction. You have seen a really great reaction to today's update. But over the last few years, we've been in obviously very difficult capital markets. And even today, when gold is pushing record highs of breaking the 2,300 barrier, that the exploration stories have maybe not seen the full realization of that value. What do you think companies need to do to stand out during this time? And how do you think some of that value will be recognized across the full chain and not just from the underlying commodity itself?
If I really, really knew the answer, James, we would be 50 cents. So, so we try. The thing is, I think for Puma is keep working, because what you have in the ground, it will still there. I mean, you have to do good science. You have to really make your step by step, not try to go too fast to please the market, because it doesn't make sense. So for us, what is the best? As I said, it's low-cost exploration. So it's not because of us. It's because the location, the infrastructure in place. So, this is the play itself. Why the junior, I think they have not kick up yet, is because even if the gold price is 2,300, I'm not an expert in the macro gold business, but I think that the producer have higher costs that they used to have too, because they pay more to people, the inflation, the gas, everything is more. So I think that the margin is probably the same at 23 than it was at 17 3 years ago. But that has been said, I mean, for us, is always try to get creative deal to generate cash. It's a bit like 2 years ago, we've done a spin-off because we had major copper play. We spin off those play to Canadian Copper. Now they are only focusing on looking for copper and base metal in the Bathurst camp. But lately, we have modified that deal to generate payment to us with a new company, the Raptor Resources. It's a new company that we're going to receive about $850,000 over the next 2 years. So instead of trying to dilute too much, it's always a mix between dilution and what you can do. Because if you don't have enough money, you cannot do anything on site. But even if I had 25 million in my treasury lately, I don't think the market would react anyway, because in 2021-22, we've been 50 cents in a great gold bull market at the beginning. Since then, we're trading 10 cents, but we just have good news. We drilled 10,000 meters. We have great recovery, very high grade gold, like 40 grams over 3, 4, 5 meters. So I think we need to have enough cash. This is exactly what we've done. About last week, we just closed a private placement for $625. Christmas time, we raised another $1.3 million with the $500,000 to come on the Raptor payment. We're going to have about, roughly $2.5 million. So which is going to be enough as we do low cost exploration. So I think what's going to need is a major discovery with a big market reaction, and other people will turn around with gold project and see which are the great company that they have really nice gold in it. But this is what I can say, Jane. It's frustrating because, we've been around, we're doing, mining shows, we're doing interview, we try to get the word out, and, people are more concerned to pay their mortgage than putting money into mining stock. But this is my humble opinion. It's worth what it's worth.
Yeah, I think, it is certainly a difficult time to try and attract money into the sector with, as you mentioned, people having their own higher costs and as well, other sectors like cryptocurrency, maybe bringing in investors who may have used to look at junior mining. But I think we are now at a point where the market is reacting to good news. And if you're consistently putting out positive drill results, then hopefully that's going to turn some heads. Marcel, it's been great chatting with you today. Is there anything else you'd like to share just as we wrap up? Anything else the CEO.CA community should keep in mind when they're looking at Puma?
Yes, first, I mean, as I said, I will say the same thing as the beginning. You know, we're low-cost exploration, but what I would really propose, for sure they cannot go anytime on site, but if any investor, they want to see more, I mean, we're always welcoming people to call me. We can organize some field trip because, you know, there's a way to see things on a map. But it's never the same as when you have the 2 feet on the ground and you are there. You can feel what I'm explaining. High-grade quartz vein at surface. You see all those veins. You see that the site is almost a pre-stripping. When you go down from Tim Horton, 20 minutes after you're on site, and not even have to walk 200 meters to be beside the drilling, you have to feel it. And we're welcome people to come and eat some lobster and crab because this is a nice place. It's not like the Abitibi. We do have mosquitoes. We have lobster. So you have to make a choice there.
Well, I think that's certainly an appealing value proposition to any potential investor. And I love the Tim Hortons as the indicator of good infrastructure in place. Marcel, it's been great to learn a bit more about Puma Exploration today, and I'm looking forward to following this story over the rest of the year. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the time. Thank you.